Ah, yes, beautiful days, things, stuffs, and other things. How's the faces? Are they beaten with maces? And now the traces of your mother's faces. Go away, do they do these? Yes, Kimmel, while I'm totally not trying to set up my phone so I can actually see my own streams. Because I can't actually see my own stream. Wait, wasn't that something that was dumb before? I think I discovered is that at some point they decided you can't look at your own live stream on the YouTube app. I think that was something. But I was going to do that so I could try to see if it's actually properly working, which it is, so I suppose that is what it is. Okay, so, now that I've verified that, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, now that I've verified everything's working, the one thing I'm not going to be able to do, I don't think, if that is really what is the case, which it may very well be, is I don't know if I'll be able to pay attention to Chotsky Doodles unless it allows me to... yes, it will only allow me to do it if I'm on a different account, because of course, that's how that works. The good old days, okay. Yeah, I do not care. YouTube, about your stupid rules. Okay. There we go, now I can actually see Chotsky Doodles and everything else. It's very yellow and true, blue, with skies. I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's see the maps. Right. I'm going to quickly go to, US cities. And I can't remember which one I normally used, but I'm going to utilize this. I think it's the one I used the last video I recorded. I have recorded 3 videos of Geoguessr. I just only edited one, and I haven't uploaded any of it because it's all happened in this latest hiatus. No, see, this is the thing with Geoguessr. I can only do 5 because they want you to pay your stupid monthly subscriptions and all this other stupid stuff. And I don't want to be harassed. Okay. Let's see, there we may be 150,000 people or more. For somebody who's kind of just stuck inside of his own little state, in his own little area of the state. So far I've done very good at guessing these places when I don't really pay attention to anything. Yes. Well, we're on some kind of an overpass, so that's definitely helpful, because we're also in the center of it, sort of, and that means that it's actually more difficult to actually get any clues. I'm assuming there's probably a river nearby, just because there's the hills here. I mean, this overpass it looks like it actually goes down there, but if you look right here, these kind of trees, the oak groves and things like that, kind of occur as like a river area, plus there's a break in those trees pretty heavily, but there's no signs of buildings. So, I feel like this is near a river. Yes. Also, let's see, the sweet gums that line the street. It's either maples or sweet gums. The way they're growing, I'm tempted to say those are sweet gums. And since there's these big old oak groves, and then there's a bunch of evergreens and ridgelines and stuff, I am tempted to say this is possibly the Northwest. But it looks a little humid. At the same time hot in this picture, which doesn't necessarily mean it's not around here, but it could easily be. And then just these older style lamps kind of feel like that too. I can't make that one out. It's 5/5? Is that what that says? Oh, that's dumb. Let's see. Yeah, see, just the zoom immediately blurs out, so you can't really see anything. I can get closer to it if I can swip. I can English. To the other side of the street. This, I don't know why these kind of buildings with these arched roofs always occur to me as something like a really old aquatic center. Like from maybe the 50s or something when it would have been built. This reminds me so much of like an Allen Boulevard area or 99W area, but the buildings nearby are too big. It also gives me a very South American vibe. Obviously, it's only in the U.S., but it does give me a South American vibe when I face this way. I'm not sure what it is that makes me feel like it's kind of South American-ish for some reason. I can switch to the other side. Nifty. Did that change? I think that totally changed. Well, one, it's a lot clearer. NCAA. Okay, so there's a college nearby. I assume college championships. June 6th through 9th, I assume that means it's football, maybe? I don't know. I don't pay attention to sports or collegiate starfs. Oh, glorious days. Yeah, it definitely changed because not only the quality is different, but the lighting's different, and yeah, that's interesting. It's like they must have taken like an hour break in between going to the different directions before they came back here. Also, the higher density buildings are in weirder... They're just kind of isolated by themselves in weirder places. I'm not sure why that is. And then this is... If this is really a parking lot, it's a weird one because it doesn't have any markings. There is actually proper spaces there. It's next to a rail yard. Yar. I be a pirate. Downtown Holt, is that a U? I think it's a U. Holt, or no. Is it L too? I think it is. I think it's Holt Center. 126, I think that says west and 99 north. Well, yeah, US 99 is, of course, in the west coast. Parallels I-5, though ours are always west or east because it depends on which side of the freeway, whereas for some reason this one says north. Don't know if that means it's going parallel or if it's actually going with the direction. Probably the direction, because it is an exit. It's a fairly recent building. In fact, that's an addition, isn't it? Oh no, actually that's just a fenced area. Oh, you know, I could be looking at the license. Oh, they are English. They are blurred out, but I might be able to figure what state it is if I can see enough of those. Good Times Cafe and Bar. Good times indeed. Indeed. You also see the stratification, just the differences in the depression of various buildings in the same area. What areas of this neighborhood are more taken care of versus not. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, look, there's a bunch of maples, birches, and sweet gums, and then there's a bunch of evergreens, and then there's a stupid ornamental red plums, which again screams Northwest. That's like the Pacific Northwest's favorite trees to always line roads with. Park here. I don't know where this would be, though. That's the thing. I've never heard of 126, so I think that should school me on the fact that I'd be wrong about it being Northwest. I don't think we have that. 8th Avenue, so this is actually considered downtown-ish. That's odd. So it's definitely a smaller one. And the sun's glare is actually very optimal to make that more difficult to tell. That's a low-budget area with that kind of a bus. Well, at least in terms of traffic, because there's a big old new Whole Foods there. Ponderosa Pines. So actually it still could be Northwest, yeah. Huh. I don't get that kind of architecture. It just perplexes me. It's modernist industrial stuff. Actually, that's another thing that's very Northwestern about this, is the fact that the cars are also super diverse in era and quality. So you have this old, like, I'd say mid-2000s Volvo station wagon. That's either a Honda, I think it's a Honda Fit. Could be a Yaris. I think it's a Fit, though. You have probably a late 2000s, early 2010s Ram dually. Is it like a mid-2000s era Chevy? Later 2000s Toyota or Honda. But then you have these brand new cars in here too, like these very recent model of a F-150. You can tell it's been modified a bit. It has that lift. It is very interesting the stark contrast between, like, this is another thing. There's just a random house that's been made into a business here. Again, that occurs as very northwesty. I think this definitely is somewhere here in the northwest, but I can't figure out where the hell it would be. It's definitely further west than Idaho, because Idaho starts going into high desert. Because you get east of the Cascades and it's high desert. Oh, it's Eugene! Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, I don't even have to go. I've never actually visited Eugene. I've only driven through it down I-5 to get to Medford and Phoenix and all that down there. Talent, Shady Cove, Junction City. So it's very interesting to. But this doesn't occur as Eugene either, because I mean, yeah, you have Willamette Pass right there, but I don't think that the highway is going to have that kind of an interchange. And then Willamette Pass, I can't remember what official height. I guess it's 126. Although most things are most U.S. routes are 226, or state routes, I should say, are 226 here. Well, 200s here. Not always, but usually. And then I don't know if it stays the same when it goes westbound to through the Coast Range. But yeah, apparently this is Eugene. Okay, interesting. Well, I did say it was also near college because of all that NCAA stuff. And yeah, U of O is definitely huge on their football, so I might have been actually spot on with that. Ah, well, it's Eugene. God damn it. Eugene. I have no clue where it would be, though. Let's see. What kind of state route would you be on here? Because I assume this is a state route, because they also double as the city roads. But I don't entirely know. It says this is Mill Street, is what it says. But then that's indicating this and not this. But then again, that's an overpass over this, and obviously that, which I guess this is the freeway. Well, not freeway, but highway at least. See, I like taking this way too seriously, just trying to get, like, as precise as possible. Mill Street. Well, we know we're on 8th? Yeah, East 8th. So we're closer to Springfield, suppose. Well, not necessarily, because that downtown is kind of here. I was going to say closer to Springfield. Yeah, 126. That's Willamette Pass. Highway. It goes through Springfield. Okay, it's 126. Okay. Just used to the 2s. It stops here and... Okay. Interesting. Interesting. 126. 99 north. Okay. Could it be right around here? It still doesn't quite feel right. It could actually be more over here. Or even over here. I think... Interstate 105. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Interstate 10... Get out of here. The hell? You calling this little section of 126 an interstate for? You disgusting rat bastards. Oh my god, this is tough. I want to be so correct. Oh wait, there's 2 overpasses here. There's underpasses. So it could actually be over here, except that would be west. Oh no. I don't know what to select. Could all, of course, be over here. But I don't think so. Cause 99's over here. So I suppose I'm going to go with here. See how far? 1.9 miles. It was over here. So it's actually literally downtown. Even though it's officially considered downtown, it still counts as east. I'm not sure why that is. I guess 105 over here is probably the divider line. Huh. Well, alright, fine. Next round. Give yourselves a fab clap. Alright. Maiden Lane. Oh, jeez. Well, you know one thing for sure, we're downtown. Jeebus. That looks like a very, very... That just looks like a direly errored lion. that somehow came out as half human. Is very odd. Alright, well, this could be Northwest too, but it looks a little dense for that. But that's not to say that it couldn't be Seattle at that point, because Seattle does actually have more density than it seems like at first. Di Pierto Todd Salon. I do see. Okay, okay. See, this is like an alley. Mont Blanc. I'm... Restero. That's a tiny little space for... Unless the... Oh, you know, that looks empty, so it's probably partly that. I'm just trying to get a good look at these buildings. Gumps. Forest. I'll take that. Because I want to get a feel for these buildings. There's a clock. A clock. Oh, this says something. Downtown, you don't say. I would never figured being in the densest part of the city. In an alley, that this could have been downtown. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunkled? I just have to go with the architecture. It's another northwesty city. It easily could be Midwest, too. Then again, these kind of buildings are kind of everywhere, but the Northwest loves to preserve the hell out of them. I say it feels too dense, but looking at the buildings, there's no place really bigger Midwest, well, anywhere in the Midwest or East that really fits this kind of size of buildings for their density, dense urban areas. So this actually easily could be City Mechanical. How inventive. Easily could be Northwesty still. Again, the strata of like the buildings. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Did I get flung across the city? No, I did not. Okay. Dior. That was one thing for sure. The city loves to spend their political dollars on supporting big companies. That's nice. Because they're fucking everywhere. These kind of buildings. Just nothing but glass. Something about them. I just don't understand. You can tell this wasn't the original facing either, but then I get sidetracked when I start focusing on the details of buildings and stuff, even though there is a point to doing it. It's a British flag. A British flag. There's a lot of construction too. Those Rams are ugly as hell. Ram vans. Oh, Longchamp. Yeah, none of these things really help me. Fendi. It does occur a little, I want to say warm, but dry. Not to say that it couldn't still be around here, but it's way too, just, even the gentrified areas don't have all these big name brands and all these super fucking fancy pants places lining their streets. There's like, you know, 2 or 3 in a row, and then there's something else different. Well, like, they have the biggest, most, you know, lethally expensive boutique brands. Although, again, the North Face is there, but it's not necessarily to say it cannot be. Northwest. Larry Winston. Laurie! Or is it Harry? Oh, it's Harry Winston. How hairy was Harry Winston? I don't know. That's a good question. Audi, apparently. Cartier. This is actually a really good one. This is the first one I found that's properly challenging, because yeah, they're missing the street signs too. They have the one-way signs, but they don't have the actual street signs that tell you what street you're on. So that's always nice, because then you definitely know where you're going. Like, there's probably a bunch of people who are like, dude, you just use GPS. I'm like, no, you don't use GPS. You figure out how to orienteer, goddammit. It's using my street signs. Coach. Grant Avenue. Rent the runway. God, the disturbingly expensive things. Bush. It doesn't even say street or road, it just says bush. What kind of place does this? It is West Coast, apparently. Oh, you know what? I just got hit with it. I bet it's San Francisco. I bet you this is a part of San Francisco. That would make sense to the fact that everything's super fucking high-end and expensive and nothing isn't. on an entire street. It makes sense, these densities and the constant construction of building and the refacing of the buildings, and yeah, that makes sense. And then West Coast, that's when it immediately struck me. It's like, you know what? I betcha this is San Fran. It's Triton. And then my head immediately says boats because okay, Google, why not? That's nice. Good technology you have there. Her legs are like right here. They are a part of the road. She converged. Bra off, hair up. Good for you. Yeah, it also explains all these international restaurants being all over the freaking place. So I bet you this is San Francisco. Oh yeah, California Society or Academy of Sciences. I cannot figure out how to speak English today. Oh, San Francisco Plaza Hotel. I didn't even see those things, and I'm just like, West Coast. Oh, it's San Francisco. Yeah. And then, yeah, the hills kind of helped that, too. It's like, oh, well, you know what? God damn it. I keep thinking I have to click on the damn map. San Francisco, yeah. Alright, well, obviously it's not going to be truly downtown, I don't think. Even the more open spaces, you didn't really see any signs of the actual properly big buildings. Barcadero. Palace of Fine Arts. I feel like it's going to be either somewhere south of downtown properly, like around here. Or perhaps around here. Oh yeah, Academy of Sciences. Yeah, when I was moving up here, I'm like, okay, it's probably somewhere, yeah. As soon as that Barcadero, I'm like, I bet it's somewhere around here. Academy of Sciences, but I don't know how close it is to that. How far close. I'm gonna go with somewhere like, I don't think it's really close. Although it doesn't, I don't think it's like telling you that it's nearby. I think they're literally saying it is it. So maybe it's in one of these buildings right here? Although I don't think so. I don't know. Just advertising for it in the least. So I'm just gonna randomly toss it like, let's see, these are really close together, so they're probably closer to here. So I'm gonna go with like, I don't want to go too close to downtown. Let's go with like somewhere like around here-ish. Then we'll see how far off we were. 1.5. Placed it there, got it over here. Interesting. Alright. Next! What do we have? The Articles Market. The Articles Market. Alright. You say you have specialty meats, eh? Hubba hubba. This immediately occurs as like a northeastern coastal town to me. Not that it is, but it occurs to me as that. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, it's probably northeast, probably coastal. Or at least really close. Especially when I turn this way, it just feels like it's heading right towards the coastline. But then, this is the part where the orienteering and my dyslexia start to play a huge part in making me really, really inconfident in my guesses. Because, it's east side. Yeah, this way I feel like would be east, not west. Or not, I mean, this would be west and not east. But then again, yeah, east coast would be this way. Obviously, you'd go to the east to get to the coast. I'm being an idiot. Never mind. A West Coast mind. Well, it looks like there's a lot more newer cars than older, so that could tell you at least what type of neighborhood you're living in and you're being put into. Yeah, it's just East Side Discount Store, or Liquors, rather. Liquors. Yeah, it just screams Northeast, the way it's built. I feel like this is probably Maine. Maybe Portland? It does say... Is that LCU? Or is that L looking thing bounded to the C, making it mean that it's actually UCU? I don't know. I think it's the L though, it looks like it. Oh yeah, it's a credit union, I bet you. Yeah, it is. I can read credit union. I can't figure out what the heck that is. It's a little too slurred together. Okay, this state has logos on their street signs too. Kind of like Texas does. Well, not all of them, apparently, actually. It's probably just a district symbol then. I wonder which way I should go. Well, I say I was going down, but I didn't actually see it goes right back up at a sharp angle. So, actually, maybe it's not coastal. I don't know. When you get up into Maine, though, the evergreens start to show back up again. Whereas further south, there's a lot more deciduous than not. It's just Miranda braid, that's all it is. Belmont doesn't necessarily help me. Tuxedo enters Conte bros, formal wear. Miranda braid. Ooh la la. Well now. Oh wait, actually, obviously this is going to be towards downtown of whatever this place is, so let's go there. I was going to go the opposite direction, but that takes you further into the suburbs. Nuovo restaurant, huh? Restaurant. Private dining. Piano bar. How can I hear Billy Joel? Piano man. Oh, this place is good about not doing the typical stuff. That's probably a hospital, I bet you. At naming things after where they're located. Worcester. I was close. I said up towards Maine, or Maine area, but nope, it wasn't Maine. It was not Boston, Worcester, Massachusetts. Massachusetts, oh, whatever. Massachusetts, Massachusetts. Good old Dutch, I tell you what. Brookline, Worcester. And we're getting... Okay, there's just a bunch of water running, and I don't know where it is running from. I assume... Yeah, okay, yep. It's from my neighbors upstairs. You just hear the water start pouring down through the deck. Nice. Okay. I don't know what it is they dump out water in. I thought for a while they were watering something, but I don't think it is because of how much water they load into it. So... This is really close to downtown. But obviously it's pretty sudden when it changes to suburbs. So I'm going to go with... Le Mans. Give birth to the baby and just plant it. I didn't think I'm very close to the freeway here, but I'm going to go around... Oh dear. I'm going to go around here. See, I didn't pay attention to the actual address it said. I just... Yeah, here we go. I just saw the, Worcester, and I'm like, oh, well, goddamn it, I gave it away to myself. But that does help not allow me to take a super freaking long time. 1.2 miles. See, this is actually consistently the worst I've done. But then it's because I'm not allowing myself to take remotely as much time as I tend to. So, I suppose that's a good thing. Where could we be now? Where could we be? Well, I was gonna say, I don't know how this feels, where it could be. But then that bridge feels Mississippi area again. Although I say that a bit too much. And that is a smaller river than I would expect Mississippi to be, unless it's a little further north. So, I think we're going to head this way. Galveston Avenue and Riverside. Oh dear. Don't do this to me. It's definitely a more fancy-pantsed area. I mean, jeez. Like, look at this. It's a goddamn manor slash estate looking goddamn thing. It says hospital. It points up this way, but I don't know about that, baby. I don't even know which way I should head right now. Like, this is just a sudden, like, divergence where you don't really have any inhabitation. What the fuck just happened? I'm gonna go with, that wasn't there before, back here, was it? I don't think it was. It's not far enough back because it's the wrong time of year. Look at that. Look at that contrast in year. I guess it was there, yeah. It's just kind of hidden by the trees. And then just, boom, the year changed. The time of year, that is. Alright then, nice. Glorious days. Oh wait, was there a big building back there? Really? How did I miss that? Or is that just a spire? To the chapel, whatever this is. It could be a water tower of some sort too. I don't know. And apparently there was a bridge really close by back there. You've got to be kidding me. I'm not trying to head to this bridge. Looks like it's a double-decker. Also, I'm just super perplexed as to how this city is developed. It supposedly again has 150 or more thousand people living in it. But I don't know where the downtown would be. You think, okay, go to where all the big buildings are and this bridge is. But they said that the hospital, I think, was up this road. Was it the one back? No, it was the one back there, I think. There's one of these two. Interesting. I don't know. That sun does a real damn good job of overexposing things, though. Whoo-wee! Well, I just realized there's a bunch of parking along the road. That sucks. That sucks. It's one of the most US things ever, but that sucks. And wow, okay, it's right back to a different time of year again. Now it's autumn. Alright, guys, you do a real good job with this stuff. It's somewhere that likes to apparently think it's Germanic. So, there we go. Really? Route 66. Uh-huh. But that's a pedestrian bridge, isn't it? It looks like a pedestrian bridge, and I'm pretty sure it is, / bicyclist bridge. But, Route 66 is what you're claiming and saying there, huh? Yeah, what exactly is that thing? Is it like a repurposed... I think, yeah, it is a repurposed, I think, like, old water tower. It has a bunch of windows in it. Huh. That sticks out like a goddamn sore thumb. It's all by itself. Weird. This one's actually the most difficult for me yet because it's actually really difficult to try and place where the hell this is at. Oh wait, it says right there, doesn't it? It's Tulsa? This is Tulsa? This is Oklahoma? Excuse me? How dare you? How is this Oklahoma? What the hell? I'm sorry, this does not look like an Oklahoma type of scene or area. A lot of Canadian geese, though. Phew! Tulsa. Oklahoma. Can I just have, like, a conniption fit over how the hell this is Oklahoma for a minute? Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize it said where it was until I pulled a little further forward. I'm like, oh, Arkansas. Let's see. Tulsa. Tulsa. Somewhere in Tulsa. I do not think it's downtown at all. I don't think it's anywhere close to it. I feel like it's... Well, I was going to say more west than east, but it's actually probably more south, now that I think about it. Because, just looking at the way the river curves... I think I just said the river. I'm pretty sure it just said the river. Wow. Okay. Jeez. Closer to Jenks, maybe. It still could be over here, but I don't feel like it's that close to downtown. I really don't. I don't know if it's too close to the lake. I mean, it could be closer to downtown than I give it credit for, but I think it's somewhere within here, actually, because of the fact, or it could be in somewhere within here, too. Just because of the fact that the width of the river, to me, makes a lot more sense. You can see a little inlet of land right here. Again, that makes more sense to me. And then you have the two different bridges, which I feel like are probably better distancing apart between this one over here to the left and the one down to the south of me. Still could be up here though. I'm pretty sure there. It's probably down here. It is indeed the Arkansas River. That's what I thought. I just wasn't quite sure. I mean, it could be up here too. I don't know. Well, yeah, actually, that indicates there's definitely a hill right there. Huh. And that indicates there's a hill there too. Oh dear. I don't see anything indicating that there's much in the way of a river walk, but there definitely was anyway over here. So I do think I was correct. Could over be here though. Oh dear. Oh dear is me. I'll sink, and I is sinking. Yeah, no, yeah, it's... I'm pretty sure, even though this is the hillier area, I mean, just look at that freaking road. I'm pretty sure it's going to be either within this area or within this area. And I'm going to go right around here-ish, just because of the fact I see a bit of a park green space there. No, it was really close to downtown. Okay, fine. Be that way. 6.1 miles. The worst I've done so far today. I think the longest I take... here we go again with English. I've taken so far today. Okay, well, that's nice. So you can tell that the county and or city really cares for this area. This definitely is deep south. Yep, definitely deep south. Deep shoot. I primarily say that because of the styling of the houses and the fact that it's really flat. And this occurs as a very bayou-like type of tree line to me. I see like what's probably mesquite, Mongolia. Yeah, at some point this century could I learn how to speak the only language I supposedly know? Jeez. Mongolia. God damn it. Locusts, things like that. So I'm pretty sure it's deep shoot. Plus they love these kind of gradual curves in their suburbs. And the spacing feels about right. I'm gonna go with sudden. It also definitely is humid but warm. Like I can actually feel myself feel sympathy heat right now. But this is tough just because of the fact to figure out where it is. Simply because you're in a frickin' suburban portion of it in a cul-de-sac, and if you don't know where you are, you have no idea which direction you should probably go. Other than the fact that this indicates there's an intersection nearby. But do I want to go that way? Because this is only a one-way. It goes that way. And then this curves that way again, which again feels very southern to me. Alright, well, I guess we're going this way then. Oh yeah. Nope, yeah, this is definitely deep south. I'm confident as hell in that. Yeah, that tree line is so freaking deep southern, and the house style is deep southern and everything. There's no manor houses in this neighborhood, which I'm happy about, but that's because it's probably a little lower income. And season change again. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's nice. Tejas. Okay, it's frickin' Texas again. I don't know what it is with Texans and the Texas government and just being like, we need to put the flag and the Texas shape on everything. Like, they just brand up the wazoo. It's like, okay, this is definitely Texas. It doesn't make it very difficult. That bundled with the fact that if you have a water tower nearby, which they typically do because it's the South, they love to keep those things historically in their cities as like a literal branded indicator of what city you're in. So, as soon as I see a water tower, I like to gravitate to that if I just want to keep myself from going on forever about it. But I know it's in Tejas now. But what doesn't help me is the fact that I have no idea where in Tejas it is. I assume it's a lot closer to probably Houston area, I want to say. Because again, it occurs as a lot more humid and all that. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of water. That's nice. It appears there's a small, probably private dent in the ground we call a lake. Hey, look. Why does it keep jumping that far? Am I really like clicking way out here and I don't realize I'm doing that? Probably. Christmas wreath. Look at that's like 3 seasons already we just experienced. And it's these weird ass bumps again. Those apparently are very Texan as well. They just randomly plop a bunch of asphalt indiscriminately and unevenly, and then just tar up the edges and they're like, we're good. What kind of a speed bump is that? That's like the cheapest, most cop-out way to do it. It's just like, we don't want to spend the money on it and the time or effort, so you know what? Screw this. Roosdale. That is another indicator you're in the South. They like their less common names, I guess you could say, for their streets and stuff. They're boulevards. Roosdale. How is both these directions Roosdale Drive? Even if it loops around. That is highly unusual. Anywhere. Actually, oh my god, I feel like I'm actually going to go further into the suburbs now if I go this way. Crap! No! I'm going further and further away from where I need to be, too, just in order to place a proper guess. Hang on, did I see a bigger building back there? Yeah, see, you can tell it immediately goes up in price the further we're heading this way because we're heading towards those lake shores. So yeah, it's an intentionally man-made dent in the ground we call a lake. So they could build a private community around it and make a lot more money off of it because there'd be a lot richer people that would be able to buy a place there. I assume it says oh no, we back the blue. I thought that was track the blue. I was like, no, okay, yeah. We back that, that makes a lot more sense for the South as well. They're like, screw your life! Police lives matter more than yours! Not obviously everybody there, but most. That school looks almost like a prison. That's actually kind of scary. But with schools comes school signs, so... Yay! Head over to the school sign, see if we can figure out where this is. That way. Oh wait, actually, there's a constable over here. There's a big old A right there. It's just a constable. That's all they do for it. To tell you who it is and what it is. It's just a random constable. Well, never mind. I guess we're not going to get any closer. Johnny Townley Elementary School. Shul. Dia de Campo. I see. I see. It's specifically a Spanish-based elementary school. Nifty, nifty, nifty. Spanish? Where did the constable go? You dick! What have you done? You Houdini'd. You absolute dick. God damn it. Rude. Can you just go a little further back? Maybe it's a BB. I can actually go and see what the heck his vehicle said. Nope. He just disappeared out of thin air. That's nice. Does it change time of year? No, it doesn't. Wait, no. Now he is here. What the frick? He wasn't there before, was he? Or am I just that freaking blind? God damn it. A book fair! Yay! You know, I was really thinking for a minute there that was a combine harvester and not a crane. I was getting really excited. I'm like, that just feels right. You pull up and pick your kid up in a combine. It's like, well, never can't not work. Takes too long to get the harvest done. So I gotta pick my kid up in the bucka bucka plower going 5 miles an hour. That would be great. That would legitimately be awesome to, like, not only be that kid that has their parent pick them up in a combine, but just to be able to say that you were the school that was able to do that. Oh, it's a prep school. Ew! Gross! High-end stuff. Let's see. TI, Texas, something or another, obviously. Yep, there's the frickin' Texas branding again. They make the branding obsession of my brain would work, of Colorado look docile. Well, that's really sad. Dallas County. So you guys have, do you have Dallas County Constable and Sheriff? Or is your, did you guys decide to go with Sheriff over, Constable over Sheriff for some reason? Well, Brits ought to like that. Let's see. A sheriff is the city police chief. He's not. That's the sheriff. It's not what you guys say in the States. You've corrupted it. There's another way you can tell that it's probably... Oh, it's Irving. There's another way you can tell that it's, Texas is these kind of street lights. I haven't seen them. I think I've only seen them in maybe one other state so far. I don't know why their street lights are horizontal rather than vertical, but okay. I guess maybe just because of the fact that there's much more likely to have a bigger trucks and a lot of trucking going on, so probably. Although then again, there's no delivery vehicles a lot on this road, so fun. So it's Irving and McCarty. But branding is what I want to emphasize there. Everything in every city is heavily branded. I don't get why so many things are corporatizing themselves. There's a government entities and they're like, let's turn into a corporation. Yeah, that's a good idea. I keep thinking I have to click on this thing. It's like, no, it's not a good idea, but okay, sure. Turn yourself into a freaking corporation. That'll make you more likable. And definitely trust you with that, how you're going to use your money then. Let's see. Okay, so there's a bigger lake here. It's not necessarily a big lake, though. That's the thing. It could be one of the smaller lakes. All I know is that it was pretty deep in a like, I guess it wasn't as deep as I make it out to be. It's fairly deep inside of a suburb. So, Shady Grove. Oh, Shady Grove. What do you know? Except I had to go obviously west to find it. It was actually on MacArthur, so I was actually somewhere down here. So I assume I was maybe back here? Let's see. Yeah, that feels about right. Because I think I had to go up here in order to run into Shady Grove. I was about to say Shady Cove because town of Shady Cove in Oregon. Oh no, it was actually up on this top. Up on this top. What is English? I don't understand. Oh yeah, Infinity Preparatory. I was here? You're telling me it was a straight shot out. That's cute. I don't believe you. But it's Townley. So, I guess it was. But funny enough, I was actually directly... I was just happened to be on the exact opposite side of the lake that I thought I was on. But otherwise, I was actually exactly where I should have been. North-south-wise. In the right parallel. That's actually really funny. I had the right idea, just the wrong side of the lakes. So yeah, I did see this one, right? Oh no, this is where I placed it. So I was seeing this one. But then, how come I didn't see any signs of a lake anywhere nearby until I got... Was it over here? It seems like it felt like it was probably... No, it was like over here. It's in this area is where you could see the lake. I think it was about here. And what direction I felt that I was looking was like this direction, but I guess I wasn't. I must have been looking this way. Huh. That would mean I would be going that way, right? Because you... I'm confused. Speaking of orientation, I'm not exactly good at it when I'm using maps. I get myself turned around all the time. But I was rather close, and that's the closest I've been the entire time. Hello, lovely. Well then, there you go. Yay!
If I want to play the same map again, of course, it's going to make me have to pay, which I simply cannot and refuse to do. I hate subscription services, yes. Anyway,
That's, therefore, unfortunately, is the end of what I can do for today on Geoguessr. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and maybe you learned how to identify certain sure signs that you're in a specific region of the United States. Ish, ma'am. They have cheats like, you know, the fact that, well, not Dallas, Texas brands itself to hell and back like nobody's business, and so it's immediately obvious if you look at a street sign, or you look apparently at the address paint on the curb, let alone you look at the street signs and you're in a certain city. Then if it's not the state that's branded, it's
it's the city that's branding on it. And then, of course, you have the water towers you can look out for, and then they'll tell you what city you're in. Like, an example, Grand Prairie. There's seemingly a water tower every mile or so you go that says Grand Prairie and has the Texas state logo on it. And it's like, okay, great. That makes it really challenging. But that one was properly challenging because the fact it stuck me in the middle of a suburb. If those curbs weren't painted with the Texas flag, I actually wouldn't have known. Because I was thinking more like maybe, yeah, somewhere between Mississippi and Florida. In this like Gulf area, but it turns out I even said I was around Houston. I figured because I swore it had to have been more Gulf area, but apparently it was up in Irving. So still not necessarily a sure sign, but at least it gave you the right region of the country. So it's pretty easy to figure that out. Just like the cheats for the Northwest are the trees lined with roads? Yeah, well, then it's probably literally anywhere. Good job, Sylph. If the the roads are lined with sweet gum trees and maple trees and ginkgo bilobas and all the cliche trees they love to line all of our streets with in the Northwest, then you pretty much can just about guess and just about be certain in the U.S. you're going to be in the Northwest because that's kind of a signature. There's a lot of different cheats you can really figure out pretty quickly to what region of the country you're going to be in. Just like with San Francisco, I wasn't entirely sure where I was. I just knew I was in a dense city. And then I got to a point where I realized it said West Coast, and I realized the cheat was the fact that everything was international and way too expensive for any average person to be able to even consider going to. It was all the most highest end, most expensive boutique stores you could think of were just nothing but an entire street lining. And I was like, okay, that means it's San Francisco, because that's about the only West Coast city that would look like this and also happen to have that architecture while also having everything be way too expensive. So it's like, boom, there's a cheat for figuring out if it's San Francisco or not. It's just, even if you haven't ever traveled to outside of your own little area in your own little state, it's actually pretty easy to have these little cheats that each region of the country has specific to them. So maybe you'll learn something from that. But otherwise, I suppose that's about it for the stream, unfortunately. I wanted to keep going, but, you know, I'm not going to pay them a cent of my non-existent money. I wouldn't dare. So, they can go stuff it. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow on a live stream of this. Who knows? Stay safe, stay fluffy. Enjoy your day or night, wherever you are, and I hope to see you some other time. Goodbye, everyone. Stay lovely.